How's it going, everybody? David Medina here, back from my week off, and it's so good to be back and see all you guys. We're going to take a little bit easy today. Producer Vlad will be back tomorrow, and man, it just makes me so joyful when I get to log back in on the internet and I see immediately, like, one of the first stories was girls starting to take a stand, high school girls starting to take a stand around the country, including, I'm so proud of this, in my home state of Oregon, where three girls actually came forward and is standing and protesting in a way against men and women's sports. If you guys are under a rock, you know that there are boys that are identifying as girls, right? Trans boys that are around the country stealing first place finishes and other place finishes from actual biological women. And man, if there's not a hill to die on, man, if this isn't a hill to die on, I don't know what is. Before we get into this, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me at Dave Medina PDX across all social media. Man, I took a week off and I built a fence. I got some stuff fixed around the house. Just meditated, spent time with God. Really just recharged, man. I feel so good. And there's just nothing better than that good feeling you have of, like, you got a lot of stuff done, you were productive, and then you go log online, or you go look online, and one of the first stories you see is like, oh, girls are starting to stand up. So according to the people on the left, this whole men and women's sports thing isn't happening, right? If you talk to a lot of them, I mean, we talked to some of these people on the streets here in Portland that say we had some ladies at the Women's March that were like, that's not happening. And if it is, it's like one or two instances. No, it's happening. This was last week. A man single-handedly carried his high school in Minnesota to a Class 4A softball championship. This is the pitcher. He pitched 14 shutout innings back-to-back to defeat the defending state champs. 14 shutout innings, meaning the team scored 0 runs on him. And this is
and
look,
the pitch.
Look at this.
Berger back in the fifth, swing and a miss here first.
This is a boy that identifies as a girl.
And the pitch.
Just absolutely dominating women's softball.
Berger back in the fifth, swing and a miss here first. 0-2 pitch. Struck.
Man, we said before, didn't we? Like the more that Christians and people on the right don't stand for good and continue to allow evil to take over in fear of being called something, in fear of being called a bigot, in fear of losing your job or risking this. Look at where this has gotten to. I mean, we have literally boys not only competing in women and girls sports in high schools across the country, including here in Oregon, but you have them actually stealing first place opportunities, first place finishes from these girls. And you're like, well, second place, but third place. No, I mean, these girls are going for scholarships. And when you finish first in a state championship, that's a big deal. And when you get that stolen from you, like look at this. This has happened just in Washington State. Okay. A boy competing under the name Veronica Garcia just stole the state title in the girls 400 meter at the 2A Washington State championship meet. Who's shocked? Congratulations to Lauren Matthew, the real Washington State champion in the girls 400. And my gosh, Riley Gaines, how awesome is she? I mean, I saw a tweet from I think it was Charlie Kirk that said she has single-handedly inspired girls to start standing up. Because at the end of the day, I can speak all day and say, girls, we need to stand up. Parents, we need to stand up. But when it's someone like Riley Gaines that, like, not only is inspiring girls to stand up, but she actually stood up herself, and she had the first place stolen from her in a dead heat tie for the NCAA D1 championship. From Leah Thomas, I think it was Leah Thomas. Yeah, Leah Thomas. And then look at this, and you hear the crowd booing, rightfully so. This right here, that I don't know if you can see my mouse. I don't think you can. But this is a boy dominating all of these women in their own sport. This is tragic, man. This whole thing about men being insult, like, I'm talking about myself. I have to, like, battle this, like, okay, we need to, like, show righteous anger, but, like, man, I have to control my emotions. I have to control myself, because part of me is like, if I was like, I'm looking at all these people in the stands watching this this boy finish first, cheat all of these girls out, cheat the second place out of this opportunity. And I'm just thinking, you look back in history when finally, I mean, you know how woke is dying, right? And people are like, can't believe we were into this stuff. One day I hope history looks back and we wake up and say, I cannot believe that we just stood around and booed while boys were competing in women's sports. And to me, I'm like, dude, if I was there, I'd be rushing the track with a sign protesting. I mean, I want to do so many things. I mean, this is like how far do we allow this like agenda to go before we really do something about it? And I just like, okay, pull it back though, pull it back. It's step by step, right? We gotta fight this thing the right way, because if we do anything crazy, they're gonna go, oh, look, there goes those radicals again. They'll use it against us like they did on January 6th, right? Like it's the same playbook from the left. But man, I'm just like, what did you do, mom or grandma and grandpa, mom and dad? What did you do when men were stealing? When you watched that? Oh, I booed. It's like, okay, what else are you doing? I mean, like, what else can we do is the question. But I'm just like, dude, I don't even know if I could control myself. I would be so angry if this was if one of these girls were my daughter. If my daughter was that second place finisher, the rightful first place finisher that was getting cheated out of that, man, I don't know if I could handle it. And maybe that's why my daughter doesn't, run track. I don't know. But the good news is girls starting to stand up. Look at this. The audience says with their applause what they're afraid to say with their words. So this happened in California. This first place finisher, something Edwards, I think I forgot her name, but he was on this is a boy right here, right? On the number one podium right here. That's a boy. And watch what the girl does that's standing on the number two. She rightfully stands on because she's the real winner. The boy's not the winner. The boy cheated because he's a boy racing with women. And look, watch it.
We got our men now taking to the stage. In lane number one from North Torrance, 38.51 last week.
That's so awesome. I love that. And you're always going to have haters that will be like, oh, what's so great about that? She stood up on why didn't she just not race? I mean, this is good steps, man. Like we don't have to like, what do you want her to do? Like put on a hijab and start blowing up the school, This is cool. She that takes a lot of courage for a young girl to get up on the right after the transgender the boy stepped down. It takes a lot of courage for her to go and step up on that podium. That's amazing, dude. I give her props for that. That takes a lot of courage. And then you saw this in Oregon, girls high jump stage. So you guys know this high jump. So this person on the right here, this boy on the very right, you can see the pointed nose. You can tell it's a boy. We actually broke that story. Here in Oregon, Leah Rose. His name is Leah Rose. Zachary Rose is who he used to go by just last year in the high jump for men. He now identifies as a girl and was like taking first place finishes across the state in Oregon. We were the ones that broke that, thanks to a follower of ours who sent us video. And very proud of that, because that's why we do what we do. I don't think not a lot of people may not have known about this Leah Rose right here. If it wasn't for our work and our followers. So I really appreciate you guys. But this girl right here next to him came out with her XX shirt. It's like, the XX movement. There's like it's a shirt that's sold by there's an activist group that fights for women and tries to get men into women's sports. That's the shirt that she showed, XX. It's awesome. So she stepped forward. That happened in Oregon. And then this was the story, man. This is the story. I'll play the full video here. This was the state championships back on Saturday. This was in Eugene. This is the Ducks kind of track, the University of Oregon track that they built. State championships, Oregon High School state finals in protest of Zachary Leah Rose, a male competing cheating. So, it's so funny because Leah Rose, this is for the women's high jump, high school. And Leah Rose finished, I think, 4th or 5th or something like that. Let's watch it. And watch what the girls do.
17th for Lincoln, John Lance Steele. And vaulting 18th for South Medford, Devin Scott. 16 points for Global, ready to go.
So you see Leah Rose right here on the number 5 spot in the white, standing next to someone that he tied with for 5th, and then watch the girls on the podium on number 3 and number 4. The 2 girls right there, they refused to stand on the podium with this male competitor, and they actually eventually stepped down as their names being called, which is, I mean, like, again, a lot of you are going to say, oh no, they shouldn't even competed, and this is nothing. No, this is something. It takes a lot of courage to do that, because this is going to follow them, and I guarantee they're going to be harassed. I think their mom went on Fox News, because one of them's from Sherwood, another one's from Tigard, and they were like, we're going to protest this. Watch this.
Back to the awards stand. It's our top finalists in the 6A girls.
Shame on the OSAA, man. Shame on the OSAA and all of the executives and the Oregon Democrats that are allowing this to happen. And, you know, they say no one's above the law, and the law, and don't break the law, democracy. And, you know, yet they're ignoring Title IX, and they're ignoring the executive order that Trump issued, which was getting boys out of girls' sports and recognizing the United States government, recognizing 2 genders. And, you know, the Oregon Democrats just completely ignored that. We're going to completely ignore it, but nobody's above the law. But we're going to ignore that. And all the OSAA people and all the school people and the people at, I don't know what school Leah Rose is from. I think it's maybe from IDB Wells, maybe, or is it Franklin? One of the high schools in Portland. Shame on all those people that are allowing this, man. They're just all cowards. They're all cowards. Look at this. So they stepped down. Look at number 3 and 4. Step down. The one on the left, number 4, from Sherwood. Sherwood, Oregon, and the one on the left, on the right, in the white, is from Tigard, Oregon, Tigard High School. This is so cool. IDB Wells.
In 3rd place from Tiger, Alexa Anderson.
So they're not only stepping down, but they're turning their backs towards this, because this is just not cool, man. I mean, this is not okay. And it's really, I'm so happy to see girls starting to take a stand, man. We need to keep fighting this. Don't ignore this. Keep fighting it. Don't vote for people who support this. You can start with that. And let's end this madness, right? And, you know, as a Christian, like I said, my heart goes out to transgender people. I love them. I pray for them. They're confused. That's why it's called gender dysphoria. And, you know, it's just like it's become this dysphoria, this mental health issue has become so normalized. Like, oh, just run with your mental health. Oh, just run. You know, it's like, it's sad, man. And it's like people like Aiden Gallagher, the other boy who identifies as a girl that's been crushing it here in Oregon, the other trans, and this trans, Leah Rose, my hearts go out to them, because they have been so led astray. And where the hell are their parents? Like, where are their parents? They've been so led astray, and they've been failed. They've been failed by their parents. They've been failed by people around them. They've been failed by their family. They've been failed by the people of the Democrats of Oregon, the leaders here. They've been failed by all the system, man. And it's really sad. So my hearts go out to them. But at the same time, the truth is the truth. There's only 2 genders. And we cannot allow boys to compete with girls. It's not fair to girls. Pretty obvious, pretty simple. Like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me at Dave Medina, PDX, across all social media. It feels really good to be back, man. We're going to hit it heavy tomorrow. Appreciate you guys joining in. Share the video, like the video, comment. Let me know what you think. All right.